The weight of secrecy has become unbearable. I've carried this burden for far too long, and it's time to set it free. The silence has stretched on for what feels like an eternity, but today marks a new chapter. Some truths are meant to be shared, and some names are meant to be spoken in the light of day. The story began with a subtle spark, a glance that lingered a fraction of a second too long. A conversation that, at the time, seemed insignificant, but would later prove to be the catalyst for a profound connection. As I reflect on the moments that led us here, I'm reminded that some secrets are too precious to remain hidden. Some names are too beautiful to be whispered in the shadows. And so, I choose to break the silence, to let her name be spoken, to acknowledge the impact she's had on my life. It's a truth that has changed me, shaped me, and given me a new perspective on love and connection. I'm ready to let the world know, to celebrate the beauty of our bond, and to honor the woman who has become so dear to me. A connection had formed, unexpected yet undeniable, like a gentle current that had begun to flow between us. Before I was even aware of its presence, she had become an integral part of my inner world, a constant thought, a recurring dream, a quiet hum in the background of my existence. Yet, I couldn't utter her name aloud, couldn't acknowledge the depth of my feelings, because our bond was shrouded in secrecy. Loving her, desiring her, meant defying the expectations that had been imposed upon me. It meant taking a risk, facing the unknown, and confronting the questions I had been avoiding. But I hesitated, unsure if I was prepared to take that step. Perhaps I thought that by keeping quiet, I was shielding her from the consequences of our love. Or maybe I was protecting myself, afraid of the truth that would be revealed if I spoke her name. The silence had become a burden, a weight that pressed upon my heart. And now, I realize that keeping her a secret has exacted a price too high to pay. I won't let silence claim her anymore, I won't let fear dictate my actions. It's time to break free from the constraints of secrecy and embrace the truth, no matter the cost. The silence has to end, and her name needs to be spoken. The moment of truth has arrived, and with it, the weight of secrecy begins to lift. The charade is over, the pretending, the hiding, the silence, all of it comes to an end today. I've lived in the shadows for far too long, denying the reality of my feelings, but I can no longer afford to do so. The truth is undeniable, and it's time to acknowledge it. As I prepare to take this irreversible step, I feel a mix of emotions. My heart races, my mind reels, and my breath catches in my throat. Saying her name out loud is a declaration, a confession, a revelation that will change everything. There's no going back once the words are spoken, no retreat into the comfort of silence, no more hiding from the truth. Perhaps the secrecy was a form of self-preservation, a way to avoid the consequences of my desires. After all, she was never meant to be mine, and loving her was a risk I wasn't sure I was willing to take. Wanting her meant breaking the rules, defying the expectations that had been set for me. But the more I hid, the more I realized that silence wasn't a solution, it was a prison. Today, I chose freedom. Today, I chose the truth. Today, I say her name, and in doing so, I take ownership of my feelings, my desires, and my truth. The world may not be ready for this revelation, but I'm ready to face it head on. I'm ready to be seen, to be heard, and to be true to myself. The moment I summon the courage to speak her name, I understand that nothing will ever be the same. Change is inevitable, and with it comes a cost. Yet, I'm willing to pay the price for the sake of authenticity. In the silence, I've whispered her name 1,000 times, the sound echoing in my mind like a prayer. I've savored the shape of it, the sound of it, the feel of it on my lips. It's a word that's both sacred and forbidden, a word that holds the power to transform. For too long, I've been held captive by fear, afraid to speak her name aloud. But I've come to realize that secrecy hasn't shielded her or me. Instead, it's created a barrier between us. The walls I've built to protect us have only served to separate us. Today, I chose to tear down those walls, to shatter the silence, and to speak her name with conviction. I'm ready to face the consequences of my truth, to embrace the uncertainty, and to find freedom in authenticity. The burden of secrecy has become too great to bear. I'm ready to shed the facade, to lay down the weight of unspoken words, and to reveal the truth that's been hiding in plain sight. No more excuses, no more waiting for the perfect moment. The time for honesty is now. The air is thick with the weight of everything I've left unsaid. I've carried the secret for far too long, and it's time to set it free. Fear held me back, fear of the unknown, fear of loss, fear of the irreversible nature of truth. But I've come to realize that some things aren't meant to be hidden. Some names aren't meant to be silenced. Hers is a name that deserves to be spoken, deserves to be heard, deserves to be acknowledged. I've convinced myself that secrecy was a form of protection, a way to preserve what we had. But the truth is, I was afraid of the consequences, afraid of the judgment, afraid of being vulnerable. I've been a coward, hiding behind the mask of secrecy, afraid to face the world and its expectations. But I'm ready now, ready to shed the fear, ready to speak the truth, and ready to face whatever comes next. The moment of truth has arrived, and I'm stepping into it with courage and conviction. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These were the chains that bound me, preventing me from expressing my true feelings. But I've come to realize that the silence wasn't protecting anyone, it was suffocating me. She wasn't just anyone, she was the one person who had captured my heart, the one person I was never supposed to love. The cost of silence has been steep. I've built a prison of hesitation, a love that lived in shadows, where even whispers felt too loud. But real love wasn't meant to be hidden. It was meant to be celebrated, to be shared, to be known. And I won't let fear dictate my actions any longer. This moment isn't just about me, it's about her, about giving her the place in my life she deserves. No more secrets, no more shame, no more pretending. The time for honesty has arrived, and I'm ready to face it head on. The words are pressing against my lips, waiting to be set free. I've carried this truth for too long, letting it weigh me down, letting it control every decision, every moment of doubt. But today, with a deep breath, I steady myself, meeting their eyes with conviction. This moment is about more than just speaking her name. It's about acknowledging our love, about embracing our truth, and about giving ourselves the freedom to be who we are. No more hiding, no more fear, only love, only truth, only us. The time for secrecy is over, the time for truth has begun. She was never meant to be hidden, never meant to be a secret. I thought that by keeping her name locked away, I could protect her, keep her safe from the world's judgment. But love isn't meant to thrive in darkness. It needs light, it needs air, it needs to be acknowledged. The world may have deemed our love impossible, may have tried to dictate who I could and couldn't love. But they're wrong. She isn't a mistake, she's the one thing in my life that's ever felt true, felt right. She's the missing piece I never knew I needed, the missing beat in my heart. No more running, no more hiding. I'm ready to face the world, to face the truth, to face my feelings. I look up and I'm met with a sense of clarity, a sense of purpose. I'm ready to choose her, to choose us, to choose love. The world's opinions no longer matter. What matters is the love we share, the love that's real, the love that's true. My heart is racing, but my voice is resolute. There's no hesitation, no doubt. I'm claiming my truth, claiming my love, and I'm not looking back. The weight of their eyes is upon me, their expectations, their judgments. Some will be shocked, some will be angry, but I'm prepared for it. I've built a wall between us and the world, a wall of silence and secrecy. But love isn't meant to be hidden, it's meant to be shared, to be celebrated. I'm tearing down that wall, brick by brick, and I'm stepping into the truth. This moment has been waiting for me, and I'm ready to face it head on. I'm ready to be seen, to be heard, to be true to myself. The world may not be ready for this revelation, but I'm ready to share it. I'm ready to claim my love, to claim my truth, and to live authentically. The anticipation is palpable, the air thick with expectation. I've held back for too long, afraid to reveal the truth. But today, I shatter the silence. Today, I speak her name, and in doing so, I claim her as my own. The weight of this moment is crushing, but I'm resolute. I've been waiting for this moment, preparing for it, and now it's time to face it head on. The world may judge me, may criticize me, but none of that matters. What matters is her, what matters is us. She deserves more than secrecy, more than whispers in the dark. She deserves to be acknowledged, to be celebrated, to be loved openly and without apology. I've been wrong to hide her, to treat her like a mistake. She's the one thing in my life that's ever made sense, the one thing that's ever felt true. I'm ready for the world's reaction, ready for the judgment, the criticism. Let them judge me. I know what's real. I know what's true. And the truth is, she's the only thing that matters. She's my beginning, my ending, my everything. I'll shout her name from the rooftops, proclaim my love for her to the world. I'll make sure they all know, make sure they all understand. She's not a secret, she's the truth. The whispers, the doubts, the disapproval, they pale in comparison to the depth of my emotions. What I feel for her is unshakable, a force that cannot be contained. I'm no longer held captive by fear, I'm driven by conviction. As I stand tall, my heart beats with certainty, my hands steady with resolve. This moment marks a turning point, a declaration of my truth. I'm reclaiming my love, my choice, my voice. I'm refusing to let the opinions of others define me. Instead, I'm defining myself. The time for secrecy is over. The time for authenticity has begun. I'm stepping into the light, into the truth, into the fullness of my emotions. No more hiding, no more pretending, only honesty, only vulnerability, only love. I meet their gaze, my eyes locked on theirs, my spirit unbroken. I'm ready for their reaction, ready for their judgment. But I'm not swayed, I'm resolute. This is my truth, my love, my life. And I won't let anyone diminish it, won't let anyone take it away from me. This moment is mine, this love is mine, and I won't apologize for it. Her name is a declaration, a statement of truth, a testament to the depth of my emotions. I've whispered it to myself in moments of solitude, but now it's time to speak it aloud. The weight of this moment is crushing, but I'm resolute. I see the doubt in their eyes, the uncertainty, the fear. But I know what I must do. This isn't a choice, it's a necessity. If I don't speak her name, I'll lose myself, I'll lose us. And I refuse to live in a world where our love is nothing more than a secret. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight of everything I'm about to face. I know what I'll lose, but I also know what I'll gain. I'll gain freedom, I'll gain authenticity, I'll gain the courage to be true to myself. With a sense of determination, I take a step forward. The weight of every unspoken truth presses down on me, but I'm ready to bear it. I'm ready to speak her name, to claim our love, to face the consequences. This secret ends today, and I'm ready to begin. The expectations are clear. They're waiting for me to falter, to remain silent, to keep her name hidden. But I'm breaking free from the shackles of secrecy. This isn't just about me, it's about her, about us, about our truth. Keeping her name hidden didn't protect her, it protected the status quo. It preserved the facade, the illusion that everything was fine. But it wasn't fine. It was a lie. And I'm done living a lie. She's more than a secret, she's my reality. She's the reason I breathe, the reason I exist. She's my beginning, my end, my everything in between. And I'm done hiding her, done hiding us. Let them judge me, let them whisper. Let them try to tear us down. But I know the truth. I know that our love is real, that it's worth fighting for. And I'm willing to face the consequences, willing to stand tall in the face of adversity. The words are about to change everything. I'm ready. I'm prepared. I lift my chin, meet their gaze, and let the silence stretch for just a moment longer. And then, with conviction, with courage, I say it. Her name is Hafsa Jennifer. The truth is out.